Sikky.
Sikky on the beat, so it's lit.
Okay, mic's on. Mic's on. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to a new video. My name is sikkybeats. So glad you clicked on this video. I know it's been like 6 days since we posted that last video about putting out more videos and putting out more beats and that kind of stuff, and that kind of got me thinking about how and what I can do to help improve that output of content that I'd like to put out. One of the things that kind of slows me down is the arrangement of the song: intro, chorus, verse, whatever, and sometimes even organizing my tracks. So what I've done essentially is made a template that I'm going to show you how it looks, and you can download it absolutely for free. The link will be in the description. Before we get into kind of going through the template, I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to leave a thumbs up on this video because it's a free way for you to help support this channel, and you know, this is a full-time thing for me. Did you do it? Okay, cool. So we're gonna look at this template and I'm gonna show you what it's all about. For those of you that are wondering what's in this, basically, I've gone ahead and I've taken all of my typical tracks that I usually use in this, like the drums, kicks, 808s, claps, 2 hi-hats, 3 percussion, open hi-hat. That's kind of like, you know, approximately what I might use per beat. You know, the plugin chain for melodies. You'll be able to download this. If you have the plugins, they'll load up. If you don't, they won't load up. The reason why I created this is to make the process quicker and faster. So the template is pretty straightforward. I've dragged in this loop that I put up on Patreon a little while ago, and so what I have here is basically 10 different audio sampler tracks that I've kind of named automatically, and I've automatically routed them to these tracks here. And you can see that on the tracks I have energizer on there. I also have an EQ on some of these, like the clap, snares. So I have these kind of templates made for myself so that I can just start making music and I don't have to add plugins. They're kind of automatically routed. They're already named as well, so it's really quick for me to just export, and all the files will also be named as they are supposed to be. And then additionally, where it kind of gets overall awesome, and that is the arrangement. What I've discovered is how to have these arrangements, multiple arrangement ideas from very popular songs. Let's say you're working on a song and you want to, you know, pull up an arrangement. Let's say you want to use Juice WRLD as a reference point. So this is his song structure, and even also I've put in the BPM as well. Let's say our song is at 130. We're just gonna copy the arrangement like that and quickly just put it together so that we have a gist of the idea of where things are supposed to come in. And then you can just go ahead and, you know, cut certain instruments out, add drums in, add melodies here and there, because you kind of have an idea of how the structure of the song is supposed to come out. And probably as I build this, I'll continue adding more and more templates and arrangement things into this. And also you guys can, you know, take this idea and take it a step further and find songs that are your favorites and just, you know, build arrangements around those as well. This is just something that I kind of made for myself. If you guys are interested and you think this will help you, again, it'll be available to download. It's just a way for you know, my followers to support me, my videos, and, you know, giving you guys all this great free information. So that's kind of what this template does. Nothing crazy. And then I just kind of gone into my general settings here and then added it to my template folder. And so every time that FL Studio opens up, the template will just open up and I can just start working on my song. All right, so in my last video, you guys really liked the vocals. That's really cool. I've done a video on something like this already. If you haven't seen that video, I'm gonna leave it annotated in the corner here. Let's add some bass sound to it. I'm gonna give this beat like a 6 out of 10 for me, maybe even like a 5. But like I said in the last video, just gonna push through the bullshit and just see if we can turn this into something great. This high note's gotta come down. So with these drums that I have, something that I'm doing more now, and I was doing previously without this template, was to route all my drums to one track and then compressing and saturating them. And doing something like that, which I did talk about in How to Get Your Drums Knocking, doing this technique is just the little extra 10%, right? So here I have my drums all routed. I'm gonna just solo or remove all the other ones here. I'm gonna just solo the drums. And I want you to listen to it without this effect chain. And then I'll put it in. And now with it. right? It's night and day. It's a huge difference. The 808, the kick, and the snare are the first thing I hear that immediately sound like they become fat and they get a little more saturation. So it just sounds a little more aggressive. That's why I kind of like doing this technique. And I'm just doing it with supercharger with a little bit of compression happening, maybe like less than like 4 dB. And then we have the energizer, which is doing the bulk of the lifting here because it's gonna just bring them together, right? And then when you come to the master, you don't have to compress it or do as much limiting or anything like that because it's already aggressive and hitting without all of that. That brings us to the end of the video. Now, before I close this out, I want to kind of answer a few of the questions and comments that you guys had sent in the last video. By the way, thank you for, leaving these questions on the videos. A comment here from Carlos Martinez who says, man, you're right. I, along with other creatives, judge ourselves so much that we want everything perfect. We should just be putting everything out and letting people enjoy the art. Everything is subjective at the end of the day. Anyways, glad to have stumbled upon your channel. Super fire beat production and vocals. You got yourself a new sub. Keep up the great content, bro. Carlos, thank you for your support, bro. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people do struggle with that, and I'm sure there's people in my audience that struggled with it. I played with the idea of talking about this stuff because I feel like it was deeply personal, and I'm sure I had a feeling that I wasn't the only person that felt that way about being a perfectionist. I know that there's someone watching this that are like, yeah, I deal with this. When I'm doing this full time, or I'm doing this now full time, there are definitely days where I just don't, necessarily feel like what I've made is amazing, including today. And I started this beat out thinking that it was like a 5 or a 4 out of 10. Now, because I've spent a lot more time on it and I've kind of gone back and forth, adding stuff, removing stuff, and editing it, it sounds palatable. I wouldn't say it's a great beat, but I think it's, definitely good enough that someone out there will vibe with it and make something great. I just wanted to, try and do these little shout outs in the video because you guys are supporting me, and I thought I'd just kind of thank you guys by sharing some of the comments from my last post. If you guys want to be on the next one, make sure to
Sikky on the beat.